So yesterday was a huge day, ladies and gentlemen, in the world of the mainstream media, the mainstream news. As I'm sure you're all aware, we had Don Lemon being fired by CNN. More importantly, we had Tucker Carlson being fired by Fox News. That is shocking, it's insane, and today we have some news arising that could potentially point towards why he may have been fired. Now, being somebody who obviously doesn't live within America, this situation isn't going to affect me and affect how things are presented within the UK. It will be spoken about, but it's not going to have the same reaction like the one going on in America for obvious reasons. But for me personally, I appreciate what Tucker Carlson was doing on Fox News cable TV. I haven't watched him too much, but I understand what he was doing and what he was saying. He was anti-establishment. He was going against the narrative. He was an anti-establishment figure. And I think you need somebody like that in the mainstream news questioning certain narratives. Otherwise, you end up in this huge echo chamber. And I know certain people like that, but you just can't have everybody thinking the same way. And within the UK, I think it's a big problem. I understand we've got different news corporations like Talk TV, GB News gaining more traction, which is good, and we have more and more people waking up to certain things. On the grand scheme of it all, there are still so many people in zombie land nodding their head saying yes sir, no sir, because the BBC, Sky News, Channel 4, Channel 5, ITV, they control the narrative, right? I think it's so bad that if I went on the BBC at 6 o'clock and I looked down the camera like I'm looking at you right now and I said, guys, don't believe them, 2 + 2 = 4, there'd be people saying, wait, Mary, did you hear that? He said 2 + 2 = 4. We're being told 2 + 2 = 5. That can't be right. He's crazy. He's a nutcase. He's a conspiracy theorist. He must be fired. Get rid of him. That might seem exaggerated, but I genuinely think that's what it's like within the UK, okay? And I know people will say, well, it's the same in America as well. I understand, and many other countries, but at least Tucker Carlson was allowed to speak about certain things, and he was getting millions and millions of views. At least you had somebody presenting a different idea on all things, not just certain things. And I really do think we need a Tucker Carlson figure within the mainstream media in the UK. Now, at the time of Tucker Carlson getting fired, nobody really knew why it happened. People were coming out with their own theories. Did he say this? Was it that? Did AOC have a hand in it? I don't think so. But now we have some information that potentially could point towards why it all happened. And it's come from the highest level, Rupert Murdoch himself. Let's check out this article by the Los Angeles Times. Tucker Carlson departs Fox News pushed out by Rupert Murdoch. Tucker Carlson, the provocative conservative primetime host who sustained Fox News as a ratings juggernaut, has been forced out of the network. Fox News announced the stunning departure of its top-rated host on Monday with no explanation. But people familiar with the situation who were not authorized to comment publicly said the decision to fire Carlson came straight from Fox Corp chairman Rupert Murdoch with input from board members and other Fox Corp executives. Carlson's exit is apparently related to the discrimination lawsuit filed by Abby Grossberg, a producer fired by the network last month, the sources said. Carlson's senior executive producer Justin Wells has also been terminated, according to insiders. Grossberg was moved off Sunday Morning Futures with Maria Bartiromo and onto Tucker Carlson tonight, where she alleged she was bullied and subjected to anti-Semitic comments, according to a lawsuit in New York. In a statement, attorneys for Grossberg suggested her suit was a key factor in Carlson's exit. Murdoch also was said to be concerned about Carlson's coverage of the January 6, 2021 situation at the US Capitol. The host has promoted the conspiracy theory that it was provoked by government agents, and Carlson has called Ray Epps an FBI plant without presenting any evidence. But he also brought controversy to the network on a regular basis with his right-wing views on immigration and race, which alienated advertisers. So apologies for that long speech, but I think it all comes down to maybe all of those things. And at the bottom of it, it's all about the money. The way Tucker Carlson presented certain things alienated advertisers, as the article said. You've got the discrimination lawsuit, and then maybe on top of that, you've got the other lawsuit that Fox News were in, where they've settled on paying nearly $800 million. Maybe that plays a factor, or, and maybe I'm just using my tinfoil hat here, he was saying things that people in the top echelons of society weren't happy with, and they thought, you know what, maybe it's his time to go. Who knows?
The whole thing is highly suspect.
But as always with these situations, you get one side being extremely happy that somebody has been deplatformed. The leftists, the liberals, the progressives, because as we all know, they just can't stand anybody having a different opinion. To have a different opinion to them makes them sleepless, because they can't wait the next morning to complain about that person who has a different opinion. And AOC has given her view on all of this. Now, we've already mentioned her, and I believe she was the one a couple of days ago that was kind of giving off the impression that Tucker Carlson should be removed. Anyway, she has posted a video on her Instagram story where she just could not wait to celebrate this to her devoted followers. I'm sure many of you have seen this. It's beyond me that people actually act like this, but take a look.
Tucker Carlson is out at Fox News. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. What I will say, though, is while I'm very glad that the person that was arguably responsible for some of the largest, driving some of the most amounts of, not just to my office, but to plenty of people across the country, I also kind of feel like I'm like waiting for the cutscene at the end of a Marvel movie after all the credits have rolled, and then you see like the villain's like hand reemerge out to grip over like the end of a building or something. But deplatforming works, and it is important, and there you go. Good things can happen.
It's just so cringe, right? I look at that and I just can't believe people think this way. You know, Tucker Carlson and his different opinion to her scares her so much. She's waiting for Tucker Carlson to rise from the dead and continue causing havoc on the world. For what? As I said, having a different opinion. Remember though, love is love. But finally, regarding Tucker, you know, I think we can all agree he's going to do great wherever he goes. I'm sure there are many suitors waiting for him. You know, I'm sure he's got many calls right now. Imagine if you went to Rumble and was exclusively on there, what that would do for Rumble and Tucker Carlson. It would be huge. He may start his own podcast. I've heard he may even run for president. You know, so things are looking up for Tucker Carlson. I don't think he actually needs Fox News as much as people may have thought. It's not looking good for Fox News, though, because people are going to be leaving. They're not going to watch Fox News. He was the only thing keeping them watching. Their stock price at the announcement of this went down 4%. So it's going to be very interesting to see who they replace Tucker Carlson with. It won't be anyone as good as Tucker Carlson. But this is what happens when you go down this route. You know, you sacrifice your integrity for what? Well, money and making sure people can't see another way of the world. But that is the end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to leave your comments down below about this whole situation. Do you think Tucker Carlson will move on to greater things? Do you think he was removed for certain agendas? Why was he removed? I would love to know. If you have enjoyed, please for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. But until next time, until tomorrow, it has been your boy JD. Make sure to always have a great day and stay safe. I'm out. Peace.